What's going on, guys? My name's Corrupt and welcome back to Playmakers Gaming. Today we're going to be looking at 3 different Town Hall 13 attacks that are still crushing bases. One's going to be Lalo, Hogs, and the other is going to be Miners. With that being said, let's show you guys these attacks. So we're back here again with myself and we're going to be looking at 3 different attacks so far. One of the biggest things is that we want to really show you guys exactly how you guys can do them. So for some reason, if some of you guys actually find this and sort of find me, I like to do these videos in my own style. And if you guys want to go ahead and check out myself, then feel free to go ahead and click the link to any of my social medias, including my YouTube channel, which is going to be right there on the screen. Well, I guess in the description, that's what I mean. But other than that, what are we looking for with a Queen Charge Lalo? Well, for starters, we're looking for the CC, we're looking for the Queen, so those are going to be our key objectives here. At Town Hall 13, we also have to really worry about 2 defenses, primarily. Mainly one of them, but since you get 2, you want to deal with this. That is a pretty big structure in terms of taking out. Since it does a ton of splash, you either need a heal, pop the Grand Warden's ability, or take it out with your Queen Charge. Now, this is going to be really difficult on a base design like this, where you've got a single Inferno from this entry point here. You don't just have that, but you also have the fact that you are bringing in 2 ground expos along with this. So there are a lot of factors here that we need to sort of understand. However, if we take a look at other areas, we could actually probably use a jump maybe about here and still be able to jump into this compartment that allows us to kill off the Queen. Maybe not the CC, but we could lure it out. But then we also get the Eagle, we'll get maybe the Multi-Inferno, we'll get this Scatter Shot. Now, another thing is, I noticed that we have the Wall Breakers as well. So what we should be able to do would be wall breaking here. This is just a hypothetical, but wall breaking in here and then maybe even jumping over that to get the other one. But that's just going to be a little bit of a stretch. But that gives you guys a little bit of an understanding with kind of how it is. So you'll notice that the Queen is actually starting up here towards around 1 o'clock, clearing out these buildings here, setting the funnel with the King, and then using the Rage and then the Wall Breakers to open up this compartment like I said. So now that she's opened that up, getting one air defense, opening up that where you can get the Eagle, you can get the enemy Queen, you can get the Multi-Inferno, then the jump over the Multi-Inferno compartment to open up the core of the base to get the Royal Champion, which is another big thing I forgot to mention, but then also getting rid of the Scatter Shot and also making sure that we can still get some sort of value from this base. Making sure that we're using our rage spells appropriately. You can notice that we had to pop the Queen's ability, and another thing that you may notice is a triple Ice Golem CC. Why is this even used? Well, primarily, this is going to be used to slow down ground attacks, more specifically Queen charges. So that's something to keep in mind. So as we're entering into the base, we are using the poison on both the enemy CC and the Royal Champion to take that out. So now that we've gotten rid of those key objectives, we now have the Stone Slammer moving in, and now we can start our Lalo along with the Grand of course the Grand Warden and the Royal Champion going in. The Royal Champion can go by herself. She's going to get some sort of value for the Lalo by herself, which is always going to be a huge plus. So you may notice that Scatter Shot is going to be right on top of those, but notice how it's not doing too much thanks to the Grand Warden's passive ability. So as they're moving in through the base, you still have the Royal Champion, you still have the Grand Warden's ability. He isn't going to use it just yet until he gets towards that Town Hall. So once he gets around this area here, he'll pop that Grand Warden ability in order to take that out. Easy enough. He should be able to take that out even if he just has that Stone Slammer, which should still be up. And it will die out, but it will pop into even more and even a dragon as well to clear up the rest of the side. And that is really how you guys can use this attack strategy here at Town Hall 13. There are a couple more examples of different Town Hall 13 attacks we have, but for starters, Lalo is not impossible. However, this is really something where it's going to be base dependent. So look for base designs where they have some easy to get value from the base with your Queen Charge. So just keep that in mind. But let's go and take a look at the next 3-star here, which is with hogs. So here we go, guys. We've got our next 3-star attack here at Town Hall 13, which is going to be Hog Riders. Now, you may notice something, that there is a siege barrack. However, he's not using the siege barrack in this attack. Rather, what he wants to do is create the funnel on one side of the base and on the other side. You notice the healers. He's using a queen charge here. So what he wants is the queen and the wall wrecker to move into the base. He wants to open up as much value as possible without bringing any wall breakers. This way, what happens is he should get maybe even around here when it pops, open up that compartment, and he can always jump anywhere else. Either that, or he's going to break into here and use a jump in this area. This allows him to get over to the queen and to the CC, getting rid of at least one or even two of the multi-infernos, getting rid of the eagle, and also getting rid of those scatter shots that are going to do a lot of damage to the hogs. So keep that all in mind. Now, you may also want to sort of think about what the CC is. And this could even be possibly an ice golem CC. Those are usually pretty good in terms of exactly the value that you want to get with it. So that's going to really be up to you and your personal preference. But with that, you don't really need to go for the town hall in specific. You really don't. You just need to go for some value on the opposite side of the town hall. That's really where you can get a lot of value. Now, remember that you also want to get pathing value for your hogs. That's why you're using the wall wrecker to open up the base and a jump, and then also the queen charge to get as much value as possible as she picks defenses and other buildings over the wall. That's what's really going to help your hogs as you move through. So if we take a look at here, we have a loon there going in towards that defense. One, to soak up any seeking air mines, but not just that, but we're also trying to be very wary of taking out those defenses in order to create the funnel. That's why we're using the loon there in order to do so. So we have the baby dragon and the king on one side, while we now have the queen charging into the base with the wall wrecker in hand. We can now place down our wall wrecker, which did actually break down the air defense, which is a huge plus for us. And you'll notice that she won't stay on the outside because she can reach that army or the siege barrack right inside. So you'll notice that she's getting through, but he isn't going to be able to get through that with the wall wrecker. However, he's able to use those hogs from it to still get some sort of value, weaken some defenses, but the scatter shot did a lot of work. So now you can see that the jump has been placed. It opens up the base a lot where he can use those free spells really carefully, allowing him to freeze the expos and also freeze up the scatter shot and the queen. But with that scatter shot still up, it's still going to do a ton of damage to her without taking it out. So that means that she is going to have to take that out if possible, which she does with ease under the rage. This allows him to get a lot of good value, and now he can send in a couple hogs over here and more so hogs down here going towards that town hall. That's why he has the Grand Warden. Now you'll see that the Grand Warden did kind of turn, but he's still going in. He even has the Royal Champion moving in with the hogs, where he'll be able to use that to his advantage to take out the town hall. He wants to make sure that they are all underneath that town hall so he can pop the Grand Warden's ability and get them right through. They do get slowed down, however, that is going to be completely fine because the Grand Warden ability was still active. You still have the Queen alive. Even though the Tornado Trap does catch him, uses the Royal Champ ability, will still weaken some of those defenses, and he just works his way right through the rest of those defenses with ease. And that, my friends, is going to be how you guys can use Hog Riders here at Town Hall 13. Very simple. I would say that hogs really at Town Hall 13 are not even that hard. They're really, really fun, and I think that they're really easy. So let's go ahead and take a look at our last one, which is Mass Miner. So we are going to be looking at the man himself, Tesk, hitting with the Queen Charge Mass Miner. And this attack I've covered on my own channel, and not just that, but I've also sort of really wanted to make sure that I think I also covered it in the last video that I did as well. But with Queen Charge Mass Miner, remember that what you're looking for with an attack like this is to really get the town hall, but it's not as important as the pathing value. So realistically, what you want to do with this is that if you are going to do it, by taking a look at this base design here, we want to make sure that we are actually getting the value here for easy pathing. This way we can actually send a king down here. we can start our queen walk going in here, then charging into this portion here. This allows us to clear maybe this section, which then allows our miners to have easy pathing as they go through the base. That's really what we want here with the miners. It's very simple. So with that queen charge, we still want to be able to get to the town hall. So we want to use our wall wrecker to get into the town hall compartment and then use a jump maybe about, let's see, if the queen can walk over in this direction, you could probably even use the jump maybe here to open that up, or even just jump over the town hall compartment to get into this compartment here. So there's a lot of different options that you could do, but those are just the options that I see. Big things like these dead zones are huge, just because this attack strategy can really do a lot of work. By if you clearing this out and clearing this all out, you're just going to have easy pathing. Take advantage of dead zones. They are huge to take out. So I would say, like, if you are going to use a minor attack at Town Hall 13, which it's really strong right now, I would definitely say using this is probably going to be your safe bet at getting 3 stars very, very easily. Now with this, you're going to use a few Cocoa Loons in order to soak up any Seeking Air Mines, if there are any, for the healers and possibly the baby dragons. So just keep that in mind. But as we take a look at this here, we want to make sure though that we are still getting the value that we want by making sure that we are charging into the base with that wall wrecker. So as you can see right there, moving in. Queen's going to have to burn a rage or even a freeze for that matter. But this allows us to get right up into here, even though pulling out the ice golems. You'll notice that we also have our own ice golems, and we're going to be moving into the base with this. Now we're going to use a rage, and then we're going to take advantage of the freeze spell, get rid of that town hall, and we still have a jump left. However, you can see that the freeze from the other ice golems are still going to catch that queen, but that's fine because we should still be able to get rid of that town hall, allowing us to get value. You'll see on the opposite side is the king is creating a funnel along with the wizard. This now allows us to use the jump and get over that part of the base here, and now we have easy pathing for our miners as they go in through the base with the royal champion. So you'll notice exactly the pathing of what I mean here. Even though there are some defenses there, just notice the easy pathing and the easy value that you can get with the heal spells. That's really what you want to do with miners. You're not trying to immediately start using your miners for them to go onto the outside. You still want to get value from them. So majority of them should be staying in the base at all times. Some of them will move on to the outside, but that's fine because they have enough hit points and do enough damage to really do a lot of work on the outside of the base, even if they're not in a group. What you'll notice here is that now no more spells, however still has the queen and royal champion ability. Very, very easy. The royal champion heals up a lot of health, and I mean a lot. Like, it's more than the queen, so it is pretty impressive on her ability, and maybe she'll get nerfed in the future, but very simple attack nonetheless. So that's going to do it, guys, for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed my sort of analysis on all 3 of these really strong Town Hall 13 attacks, and please let us know if you guys want to see even more. Of course you guys do, because we're all doing this for Playmakers Gaming. Also, feel free to go ahead and check out my channel, which is in the description, along with any of my socials down in the description below. So with that being said, guys, that's going to do it for the video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next one. See ya.